Today we're doing 6.4 as we get to investigate partial quotients algorithm to solve for division. So Friday we started doing some division, and the reason why we're doing division the way that we're going to do it is because we're using our multiplication skills that we already have to increase our division skills, to increase our number sense, and also we're using benchmark numbers and number sense. Okay, to solve for division, which you guys will be really impressed by yourselves by the end of this week, just how well your division skills have improved and increased. I need you to put your pencil down, please. I would really like your idea or your thoughts in your mind with me, okay? So first things first, I noticed that what we're investigating is partial quotients. Did you know a quotient is the answer to a division problem? Okay, so this idea of quotient, just like the answer to an addition problem is a sum. The answer to a subtraction problem is a difference. The answer to a multiplication problem is a product. And the answer to a division problem is a quotient. Okay, so I think there's another clue. Now that we know quotient well, there's another clue for us to look at, and that's this idea of partial. What has partial meant in the past for us? What has partial meant in the past for us every single time? One person remembers? Yeah, go ahead. I'd love to hear it. It means this word part, and if you remember, part is in the word partial. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take these division problems and divide it into numbers that we're more comfortable with, like benchmark numbers, like pull the number apart, like we have in the past. With partial products multiplication, we pulled them apart by place value. This time we're not going to be so concerned about place value. We're going to be more concerned about numbers, benchmark numbers that we know. Okay. I want to write down a couple of ideas real quick for you so you're very clear on this. There's several ways to write a division problem. Was it 96 divided by 6? Okay. We can write 96 divided by 6 equals P. Why don't you go ahead and write that for the number sentence with unknown right now, which is the second. Yep, in number 1. Go ahead and write that down. Nope. The number sentence with the unknown. Oh, okay. It's the second line. Okay? So we're already getting this filled in. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and do an estimate. What would be a good estimate in your mind, sir? Uh-huh. I'll even ask you to estimate this even a little better. What's a number that we know is a multiple? Is a factor of 100 that's close to 6. 10's good. I like 10. Even closer to this one, this number right here. What do you think? I think 5 is a little better for me. Okay. What is 100 divided by 5? We can count it out. What is it? 20. It is 20. So I love that for a good estimate there. We're going to get something close to 20. Okay. You could count it out, 5, 10, 15, 20. Or you could say 5 times 10 is 100. 5 times 10 is 50. And 10 times 2 is 100. Okay. What are we doing on our Chromebook? Do you have a piece of paper to write it down? Okay. So there's a good estimate. I like that. We're going to get something close to 20. Okay. I want to write a couple other ways that you might see division problems written. I have been using this one just with the slash. Okay. Did you know a division problem is just a fraction, or a fraction is a division problem? Okay. Yes, sir.
My mom does like kind of like a friendly dough kind of.
You might be talking about this, right? Okay. That's the other pretty common way to write a division problem. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, just like this. Oh, this symbol here can also have this little curve to it, and I think that's what you're seeing on the page there. Okay. So let's talk about partial quotients in this case. Okay. Um, and you're going to take notes, so you're going to write this down on as we do this, okay? So that you have this. Okay, so, and I know it's already written, but I'd like you can either use the teeny tiny one that's already being used, or you can write your own on this, okay? Yes, sir. This is number 1 on page 198. It's pencils. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to use this symbol that they already have, you may. Okay, but I'd like you, or you can write it down like this, okay? So here's what I want to do. I want to start pulling this number 96 apart, okay, into numbers that I know, okay? So for instance, what I'd like to do is take 96, and I'm looking for a multiple of 6 that I know that's not above 96, but I want to get it kind of high. I don't just want to do like 12 or 18 or 24. I know that, what's your thought? Yeah, I think I want to take 60 out of 96, okay? So basically what I'm doing here, and you can kind of see, I'm taking 60 out of 96, okay? And I can divide 60 by 6 because I know 6 times 10 is 60. So I'm going to put that 10 on the outside of this here. So I know that 6 times 10 is this 60. And what do I have left over when I take 60 out of 96? Yes, I have 36 left over there, right? Okay. I'll let everybody take a minute and get caught up on these notes, okay? There's different ways to draw it. This is the way I want to draw it to start with, okay? Okay. This is partial products. I think I know what you're talking about. You mean just like putting the number above here? I see. Oh, I think I know what you mean, and I've done this in the past. So yeah, so I'm pulling 96 apart into 60 and 36, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so I can do 6 times 10 is 60, right? Okay. And that's what I'm doing here. 6 times 10 is 60. Okay. What I have left over is 36. Do you know a number now times 6 that can get to 36? Yes. Yes. She said it. I was going to ask you, but it is 6. We can do, yeah, that's okay. We can do 6 times 6 is 36. So in this case, we do the 6 times 6 is 36. And the reason we're subtracting it out is to make sure that we've divided all of the numbers here. Have we divided all of the number entirely? If we do 36 minus 36, means we have 0 left over. If you had a number that's lower than 6 right here, that would be your remainder. It means that's a number I couldn't divide by 6 again. So just quick, hopefully everybody's writing this down. If I do 6 divided by 96, I do 6 times 10 is 60. And I do 6 times 6 is 36 to come up with my answer. Why are there two 36s? Because what I've done here, this 36 shows what's left over after I take 60 out of 96. This 36 shows how I've divided that number. Does that make sense a little bit there? Okay. Let me go ahead and I'll write this in. Just color code a little bit. The answer now, good question. The answer, and I just want to color code this real quick, and I'll show you how the answer. Okay. Blue is 6, and I'm going to erase this one. Oops. Back to blue. Okay. The answer is actually the sum of these two numbers. You add these two numbers on the outside, the ones that you multiplied, to get the answer, and the answer is 16. And okay, let me just check my answer real quick. How would I check a division problem answer? Oh, first of all, is my answer close to my estimate? 16 is pretty close to 20, right? Okay. Another way to check it would be reverse it with multiplication. So 16 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 10 is 60. Add those up, and I get my 96 there. Okay. You still don't get which? What? So that's what's left over.
Well, 96 minus 36.
Yeah. So this is the top in this subtraction equation. The top number is the number we're dividing. The bottom number is the number we have divided. So out of a possible 96, I'm just going to divide 60 of it. 60 by 6, which is 10. Okay. So what I have left over after I've taken that 60 out is 36. Out of a possible 36, I'm able to divide the whole 36. So basically that just shows that I've done that work, the division work with that. Does that make a little better sense? Okay. Yes. Because 6 times 10 is 60. What I had was this 60. And I know that 6 times 10 is 60. Okay. That's my 6 times 10 right here. Okay. And then I have 36 left over. I know I can do 6 times 6 is 36, just like I did here. Does that make sense a little bit? Okay. So basically, I'm just pulling that number apart into numbers that I know well with my multiplication. I know 6 times 10 is 60 well. How are we feeling about this? A little of this, a little of that. Okay. We're going to give it a try. We're going to do page 198 and 200 through 200, 198, 199, 200, and then working on Khan Academy division once you're done with that. Make sure your math journal pages are done. I'm going to ask for these people who have not turned in their math journals to turn them in again for me today. Okay. And otherwise, we've done 191 to 200. So here we are at 6.4. So trying to keep up on these math journal pages, right?